Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to NeuroCraze. Glad you're stopping in. Suno AI, a fantastic music generator, has just rolled out a new version 4.5. Now, professionally, my day job, I actually create content, music, video, a lot of AI generated stuff for some major different brands. Do a lot of freelance work, Nike, Chevrolet. I also work for a couple marketing firms freelance as well. And on the side, I do have a music production company as well, where I actually create my own original AI music with Suno. That when you have a Suno paid subscription, you can actually own the rights to that music. Some bangers, in my opinion. So let's go over version 4.5. What can you expect? My guess is you've already used Suno, so let's see what we're going to get with this new version here. So with 4.5, you can expect enhanced vocal expression. All right, what that's going to do is your cues, say the lyrics are, she whispers quietly, and then like during the chorus, you're like, he booms real powerfully. So it's supposed to pick up on kind of keywords in the lyrics and in the prompts that are supposed to give the lyrics a little bit more dynamics. And you're also going to get a little bit more control with that as well, which is great. So I'm excited to see that. Number two, expanded genre blending. I'm a huge fan of like electro swing. So tonight we're going to smash up a couple different genres. Historically, what Suno's done is when you try to marry two different genres, it'll tilt one way or the other and add very small elements of the other genre. And so tonight we're going to test it out with some salsa and some UK drill. That should be a fun mix. Number three, improved prompt adherence. So they've improved the language models, I suppose, but it's supposed to follow your prompting a little bit, because in the past I would type in some things or say exclude this, and it didn't listen to the prompt very well. So the prompt adherence should be a little bit better now. Number five, upgraded covers and personas. So this has been kind of really hit or miss. I've done personas in the past, and it's not very like the original artist that I'm going for. So that should be interesting. We're actually going to kind of test it out with a couple different covers and personas as well. Number six, this is a big one. Extended song time all the way up to 8 minutes. That's a little long, but all the versions in Suno prior to right now have been a max of 4 minutes. And I've had some songs that are a little over 4 minutes, and I had to get creative with extending the song to get those extra lyrics in there. But that's a really nice milestone in case you have just a really long ballad or you're telling a story, or maybe classical music or house. You could run a house song all the way up to 8 minutes. That'd be kind of cool. So we're going to test that and see if it can actually do an 8-minute song. I like that feature. And then number seven, superior audio quality. What that means is the mixing. I've spent maybe 80 hours trying to remaster Suno music and eventually just threw in the towel, because at the end of the day, the previous version 4.0 really, in my opinion, produced with the remaster there, and that I'd run it through one more light remastering outside of Suno, but it was like radio ready. And the mastering I did outside of Suno was really just to get the LUFs legit for the different streaming platforms. And so I'm kind of curious to see how the mix is. Maybe cleaner, crisper, because what would happen is previously in Suno songs, like everything gets bled together. And during the chorus, sometimes when all the instruments are hitting hard, it just turns into this one solid band of noise. And you couldn't really hear the different instruments. Like if you were to go to a recording studio with a band and everybody's got their own dedicated line, man, you can mix that thing perfectly. But with Suno, it marries it. So I'm really curious to see how that works out. So without further ado, let's get into number one, enhanced vocals. All right, so what I've got here is I've got two open, and we're going to create. So the right side is version 4.0. You can see that right here, V4, and then we're running in V4.5. I'll hit them with the same task. We'll play it side by side and see how it turns out. So, all right, number one challenge. This is a simple one. I've got a verse and a chorus. I'm going to go and paste those into each bar. So I've just got one verse and one chorus. And the verse is I whispered in the dark, and the chorus I screamed in the sky. And let's see if they can how they do on that. Now I'm going to use the same prompt for style, for musical style. I'm going to use the same prompt for both as well. I'm going to go ahead and I'll give this a title as well. And in version 4, something happened where the title thing disappeared and you couldn't add a title to the song. It was really annoying. I had to go back and do that. So I'm going to put V4 and I'll put V4.5. All right, let's create. Let's see how she does. Oh, and also the generation time for music is supposed to be quicker as well, which honestly, I do a lot of work with all different types of AIs, and speed and Suno has never been a problem for me. In fact, it's kind of scary the way that Suno can literally generate a banger in like 20 seconds, not even 10 seconds, and it produces a radio ready hit. It's kind of scary. So let's see. Let's listen to version 4 here. Oh my. Oh, okay. All right. Let's listen to the original version 4. It's not a whisper. Not a whisper. All right, let's hear how version 4.5 did with the task of whispering on that first section. And if it's literally like whispering and stuff, that'll be crazy. All right, let's see what we got here. That's so different. Am I on the right thing? Oh, it's playing an old song. My bad. That was weird. I'm so sorry. That was me. I messed up. That was weird. All right. So the correct version 4.5, test 1. So stupid. I'm sorry. It's me. I whispered in the dark, afraid you to walk away. That was kind of whispery. Let's see how the first one does again. Pretty similar. Pretty similar. Afraid you'd walk away, but silence hit much harder than any word you'd say. Hit much harder than any word you'd say. I screamed into the sky. Shh, that was not screaming. I screamed into the sky. What more could I have done? You took it all and left me with. I didn't hear any whispers. I mean, the vocal tone changed a little bit between the verse and the chorus, right? It was a little bit louder on both. But honestly, I really didn't notice much of a change, or they both seemed pretty similar to me, not any kind of drastic change. By the way, I'm not paid by Suno for this ad. Obviously, I'm already dogging it. But anyway, let's see how it does. I whispered in the dark, afraid you'd walk away. But silence hit much harder than any word you'd say. Not really whisper, but all right, let's try V4. Whispered in the dark, afraid you'd walk away, but silence hit much harder than any word you'd say. I mean, it sounds good, ish. This is V4.5. Whispered in the dark. They're both kind of similar. All right, let's check out the chorus on V4. Let's see if they come in with, what did I said? I screamed into the, I want to hear a scream. You know what? you know what? And I'm going to get rid of something in the prompt here. In the style prompt, heartbreaking country ballad with soft female vocals. I'm going to get rid of heartbreaking country ballad and soft, and I'm going to keep female. No, I'm just going to do vocals. Let's just see how it does. All right, let's see how it does. I'm going to create. See if I can actually get some sort of difference in this. Where's my trash? All right, so here comes the different style prompt. Let's see if we can get a difference.
I whispered in the dark, afraid you walk away, but silence hit much harder.
All right, pretty soft, pretty soft. All right, let's see what version 4.5 does with that first verse in like super minimal style prompts.
I whispered in the
Whoa,
dark,
that's better. That's a difference.
afraid you'd walk away, but silence hit much harder than
All right, that was a big difference. That was a big difference. Let me go back to the version 4 just so you can hear it.
I whispered in the dark, afraid you walk away. In the dark,
Much more of a whisper. Much more of a whisper on version 4.5.
but silence hit.
All right, let's check the chorus. It's like John Denver up in here.
I screamed into the sky. What more could I have done?
All right, so they picked up the voice a little bit. Let's see, that's at 116. Let's go over here to 116. I bet this one belts out a lot louder. Let's check it.
And that's still not small.
All right, here comes, that was the chorus.
The rising sun it all and left me with the rising sun. Now I sing with crack.
All right, he wasn't screaming.
And left me with the rising sun. Now I sing with cracks, but I'm still standing tall.
All right, so overall, nothing impressive with the enhanced vocals and the AI trying to figure out a range. Or so at the end of the day, like Suno's really good at creating music. It's like a new band member that knows how to play. It's really good. You can just let him step in. Honestly, I try to give Suno as much like room as possible because it does really good. But if you're trying to fine tune your song, if you've got a vision in your head where you're really trying to dial it in, and you really want the singer to, you know, your vocals to be a certain way in different areas, sorry, but we're not quite there yet. I mean, and honestly, like in your style description, the soft female vocals, the heartbreaking country ballad that I had in the original music style prompt equalize the two right there. So like you would have to be doing some seriously bare bones prompting, in my opinion, to notice a difference in the improved vocal enhancements. Now, I will say, if we went back and really put our ear to it, we'd probably notice that the quality of the vocals on V4.5 are better. And when I have put these into remastering software, very high end pro level softwares, when I try to isolate the vocals, it gets real thin and robot-y and just distorts the you know what out of it. So, you know, trying to do some sort of mastering on top of this, which I might give it a crack and do a follow-up video. We might have a little bit more meat on those vocals to be able to play with in a real mastering software afterwards. All right, number 2, what are we doing? We are doing genre blending. All right, let's go. I'm excited about this. We are going to smash up salsa and drill and see how they do. This would be fun if you're trying to create something different and cool. So our prompt, we're gonna do instrument only. Just leave the vocals out of it. I just kind of want to see how it blends the genres. So in the style description, I'm going to paste my prompt. A genre smash up of hard hitting UK drill and traditional salsa, fast Latin percussion, and horns with gritty, dark rap drums and textures, instrumental only. And I'm going to give it a title so I can keep this stuff organized. V4.5, create. V4. Oh, gotta paste in a stupid prompt. It won't. That'd be crazy if it made a song without any prompt at all. I hope hey, real quick, if you're here with me in the video still, do me a favor, hit that like button, that subscribe button. I want to grow this into a community between seasoned AI artists and content creators, new AI content creators. I want to create a group discussion. I'll probably open up a Discord, but I want us to all jam together. My vision is for us to have live streams and people are in there chatting. We're spitballing. We're trying different things. And I think it would be cool if I could get to the point where everybody could kind of share in the same group at the same time. But it's only going to happen if you like and subscribe. I'll fuel this thing and you guys can just show up and we can play. All right. All right. Version 4. Here it comes. Not bad. It was definitely more on the drill side. So version 4, not bad. There wasn't much Latin influence. There was some like synths in there that gave you a little bit of Latin flair, but not like the bouquet of bright tones that you would typically get in salsa. So I already heard it in V4.5. Let's see what we got. This is kind of banging. That's banging. Okay, all right. That's banging. Huge difference. Huge difference. Much heavier on the drill in, right? All right, I'm going to listen to both versions of these because on just 4.5, it's a clear-cut winner. Genre blending, if that's your jam, welcome to Suno 4.5. They've got you covered. They've got you covered. Big difference. That one gets the little check. I'll put it up there, maybe. The first one was a banger. I almost never get two bangers in a row. Let me clear out. So I'm gonna keep that first drill salsa. That's lit. That's lit. Maybe I'll come back around and add it as my intro song because it's lit. All right, version 4, song 2, salsa drill or drill and salsa. I'm only hearing drill. Drill, baby, drill. It's like Trump's thing, right? Drill. All right, before we move on to the next challenge, just for fun, man, I'm going to bring version 4.5, genre blending, nailed it. I'm really getting the salsa, and I know in a second I'm going to get that drill. Dude, that song's legit. I could see that in a movie. Like there was this, I think the movie was called Food Truck with John Favreau, something Favreau. No, it's called Chef. The movie's called Chef. Scarlett Johansson in it. What's her name? Liga Lagavero. Dude, lit movie about him going across, very Cuban vibe. But I'm telling you, like B-roll or like when people are coming up to the food truck, I could for sure hear this playing. Like in Miami, food truck, bam. All right, I had too much fun with that. I appreciate you guys. I hope you didn't like stop the video because I was having too much fun. I hope you don't mind that. All right, challenge number 3. What do we got? Coming up is dun, dun. That was banging. All right, challenge number 3. Where did my ish go? All right, prompt enhancement tool. Supposed to sculpt better output around rougher or less than prompts. Great for those new to AI music. Cool. Built in and behind the scenes. So like, well, I'm going to run it with some basic prompts here. Oh, this one here. All right, so duets. Notoriously, Suno can't do duets. I've gotten it to do a duet one time. I spent hours. It was a love song about, it was a country love song. It was a duet, male and female, about a relationship I had with a girl. I played her the song. It worked. We're kind of back together now. Anyway, dude, I spent maybe 5 hours. I was borderline coding the prompts to try to get a duet. So let's see if I can get this thing to do a prompt for my folks here. I've got the lyrics already set out, basic for what I would style for a prompt, kind of labeling the different chunks of the song. All right, so style is going to be the same. I'm going to add in lyrics with cues. And by the way, guys, I know my videos are longer than the other guys reviewing this stuff, and the reason being is it's really hands-on. I really kind of like flow through the whole thing with you, so that way, you know, if you're new to this or whatever, like, you know, hang out with me. I'll walk you through the whole thing. I've got some how-tos, some different things that I put out there that you can literally learn how to do this by watching me. All right, so lyrics. Dude, the way I ended up getting this duet to work was crazy. And I will say that the duet that I did was able to pull off, there was 2 things that could have been improved. And those things were, one, when they harmonized during the chorus, I ended up going with just one of them singing during the chorus because it was like too much for it to process and got like really robot-y. It got really robot-y, so I had to go with one singer during the choruses. And then the other thing that was a real pain for me was, it was interesting, is when there would be a transition from one one vocalist to the other, you could hear it like turn into the female, like it was like the trail end, last part of a word from the male. You could hear it like turn, like morph into the female. So that was really weird. All right, so I've got the style prompt, country duet, blah blah blah, and then I've got my other prompt, which I try to be as specific as possible with some of the ways that you can tell. Suno in the lyrics prompts, you don't want to confuse it, but so the male vocalist is supposed to be a soulful baritone male vocalist. Female vocalist is an agile soprano. Let's do mezzo soprano female vocals, and then you can see on verse I tag it as male vocalist, chorus both harmonize. And what I did up here is I said male vocalist equals this. So that way when I put male vocalist here, hopefully, fingers crossed, if this duet works, 4.5, way to go. We might as well stop the video. It's a win. All right, so let me get a title in here. Give and break, 4.5. Let's give this, where's title? There it is. Guys, if this works, this is seriously groundbreaking. Give and break. My typing and spelling, pitiful. All right, let's see what we got here. Version 4. We'll just listen to the beginning. I think during the first true verse, it's split. So let's see what we got. Survey says version 4. Oh, that's version 4, country duet. I don't like that, I can tell you that. All right, I'm not a huge fan of like violin country. Looking in. This is bad. It's bad. Bad. Oh, here she comes. I knew I'd found what I'd been missing. I'd been bruised. I'd been left behind. On version 4! It's real hit or miss. Like I told you, I spent 5 hours trying to dial it in. Let's see how it does the chorus. That's the girl, though. That's the girl. Version 4 just did it. He came in. I think she's in there just very quietly. Did it. After the chorus, the male's supposed to come in. Barefoot walks down a moonlit beach. Here she comes. Laughing loud where the waves can't reach. Here she comes. Dancing close in a two-step haze. All right, that's crazy. That's crazy. So I think what happened here is when they rolled out 4.5, everybody's I think 4.5 is going to hit it as well. But I think by rolling out 4.5, some of those spillover effects came down to V4. I think they kind of implemented some of them across the board or something, because I'm telling you, duets in the past, almost impossible. And yeah, all right, I'm impressed. That was a horrible song, though. It was a horrible version of the song. So was that. God, horrible.
I'd seen love from the outside looking in, like a story I just couldn't believe in. But when you turn with those blue eyes shining, I knew I'd found what I'd been missing. I'd been bruised, I'd been left behind.
Nailed it. Let's see how the chorus does. Both harmonizing.
Still hope love would find me some. Nothing to hide, nothing to share.
Nailed it!
Leaves our dancing hearts wide awake.
Good job, Suno. Good job. All right, I want to try it again on V4. I would bet $20. I'll bet $20 if somebody were watching this. Comment in the live stream. I'm going to give V4 another shot. I added up tempo. I want a little more pep to this. So let's see if V4 can do it again. V4 missed the harmonize on the chorus, and it did get some of the stuff right, but let's try it again. I bet it's wrong this time. Sounds horrible, though. I do not like this song already.
I'd seen love from the outside looking in.
Sorry. You're probably stopping this video right now because this song's so bad. Just hang in there. I acknowledge it's horrible. We can laugh at it together.
I knew I'd found what I'd been missing. I'd been bruised, I'd been left behind. Built up a wall.
All right. So, well, man, that's just impressive. It's impressive. V4 pulled it off too. No. This is pretty good. This is better.
I'd seen love from the outside looking in like a story I just couldn't believe.
Credit Monster. Gobble up my credits with junk songs.
Blue eyes shining. I knew I'd found what I'd been missing.
Here she comes.
I've been bruised, I've been left behind. Build up walls just to feel fine. Still hoped love would find me.
Listen, that's really roboty.
Didn't know it'd come walking my way.
I like my music to sound like it's not AI.
Now we're laying in this.
All right, so V4 did successfully do okay at the duets. I'm not going to put you through the whole song because those were not very good, but I literally spent 5 hours trying to do it in the past. And I don't know if you can see up here at the very top of my lyrics bar, I kind of typed in this song is a duet with one male vocalist and one female vocalist. I put it in like a prompt you put in your command bar. I just tried getting it as good as possible. All right, number 4, what are we working with? Covers and personas. All right, so let's get rid of these lyrics. And I will be honest with you, I don't mess with personas and covers too much. It's just not like in the range of what I do. But we're going to take our boy Drew Meadows, who had a song, Working on a Name. I'll play the original song for you. Let's go here. While I kind of set everything up, I will play this song so you can kind of hear what Drew Meadows sounds like. Drew's a country boy, Florida. Trap rapper, country, faith. All right, it's because I'm in the wrong box. All right, so this is Drew Meadows, and while this song plays, I'm going to get this all queued up so we can see pound for pound how some covers are going to work.
I've been working on a name, not for me but for the king. From the orange groves to stages, still I only ever sing for the one who got me breathing, who been leading every lane. Ain't no fame that ever matter if it ain't lift up his name.
Yeah, I've been working on a name. Working on a name.
All the highs, all the lows, still I praise him just the same.
Yeah.
I've been working on the name. I'm chopping through the brush, mud tires on the floor. Sunday morning in the choir, Sunday night I thank the Lord. Got a Bible on the dash and a wrench in my hand. Built my first V8 like I built my first band. Yeah, I fish in the dark, but I walk in the light. Used to race down dirt roads,
Now I'm taking flights.
Tatted up some scars, but my soul stay clean. Cause grace hit hard when you seen what I seen. Florida born, yeah, the swamp made me tough. But that church on the corner taught me never give up. I don't flex for the gram, I don't chase no fame. I just stay in my lane and I pray through. I've been working on a name, not for me, but for the king. From the orange groves to stages, still I don't.
So right now I'm going to set up the covers. I'm going to go to create, cover the song, create,
all the highs, all the lows. Still I praise him just the same. Yeah, I've been working on it, ain't all shine. I've been broke, I've been bruised. Had to learn how to win when it felt like I lose. Had some nights I was crying in a cheap motel,
saying, God, if you hear me, can you break that shell?
Now I'm out here with a mic, but it feel like a sword. I ain't just making noise, man, I'm battling for the Lord. Every lyric, every rhyme, it's a seed I sow. Trying to plant his love
where the wild things grow.
Yeah, my boots stay muddy, but my spirit stay clean. And I don't need a chain when I got the king. They ask Drew, what you doing, why you mix these lanes? I tell them, I'm just working on a name. I've been working on a name, not for me, but for the king. From the orange groves to stages, still I only ever sang. For the one who got me breathing, who been leading every lane. Ain't no fame that ever matter if it ain't lift up his name. Yeah, I've been working on a name. Working on.
All right, so I've queued up. What I did is that duet song we just had to kind of give Suno a little bit of a challenge. What I have done is I loaded the original that I literally spent all night trying to master because I wanted to get this love song out. Don't worry, she doesn't even watch this long into the video. And so I recreated that, and it's going to cover it. It's supposed to be a cover song of it, and let's see how version 4.0 does. See if it really gets that duet. If you can't tell, I'm really harping on that duet thing because I have a production company and I've got several artists that I produce music for, and it's all country, different styles of country, but there's a lot of duets in country. And I would also love to do some hip hop, like kind of what Drew's doing, but bring in some female vocals in the chorus because I think that would be great. So let's see how it turns out. V4 cover song of God Must Be Giving Us a Break. So this is what I ended up with on that song, a little better.
I'd seen love from the outside looking in, like a story I just couldn't believe in. But when you turn with those blue eyes shining, I knew I'd found.
Very robot-y though. Very robot-y voice.
I'd been bruised, I'd been left behind.
See how it goes on the chorus. See if version 4 can even do a cover.
Still hope love would find me someday. Didn't know it'd come walking my way. Now we're laying in this fall-time field.
It's really just her. He's in there, but he's buried. You can barely hear him. The vocals aren't balanced in the chorus. All right, let's see how version 4.5 does on a cover of God Must Be Giving Us a Break. Totally different. A lot. I never ever said violin or anything. It's getting funky with it.
I'd seen love from the outside looking in.
Very robot-y sound though.
Like a
that
story I just couldn't believe in.
sounds fake.
But when you turn with those blue eyes shining, I knew I'd found what I'd been missing.
I'd been bruised, I'd been left behind.
All right, so I noticed one thing. I never really mess with cover songs in version 4 because they literally sounded just like the same song. There wasn't much change at all. However, I noticed right now with version 4.5 that it actually spiced it up a little bit. It did change it up, added in violins, a lot more depth. And honestly, I know I'd mentioned that, what was it, that the superior audio quality, that the mixing was going to be better. And I actually cannot wait to try these in a pro mastering service, something like Ozone or RX11. RX11 will be the true test. Nectar, Neuron, spin it through there and see if this track can handle it. That would be dope. That would be dope if we can actually start like mastering Suno music, because previously it was borderline impossible. It was bled together. You couldn't separate the stems. All right, so in addition to version 4.5 on the cover, really just, giving it a slight, spicing it up a little bit. I also noticed that the audio quality, the mix, and the mastering on version 4.5 was a lot better. I could hear the different instruments. I'll play it for you again here. 4. Sounds good, but it's like very thin band of sonic noise, right? It's all kind of like in there. The vocals are barely on top of the music. Now listen to version 4.5.
Built up walls just to feel fine. Still hold love.
You can hear
would find me someday. Didn't know it'd come walking my way. Now we're laying in this fall time field.
yeah.
With nothing to hide.
So the audio quality on version 4.5 is much higher quality. There's actually some separation in the instruments versus being one muddy mess of music. So bravo. I'll give you 2 checks. Now, Suno, 2 checks. You've earned 2 checks. All right, improved personas. Once again, I never really messed with personas, but all right. I'll play music while I queue up the next one. I was kind of jamming to this banger today. It's pretty heavy, but I'll play it for you. Let's go to playlist. Where's the freaking playlist? Library. Let's go to playlist. I'll play a banger while I queue up the personas. All right, built for this remastered. I was kind of messing with this a little bit today.
Sometimes it takes walking will.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna create a persona. I've got one already lined up for both Drew and whatnot.
Deep, I've been thrown fists. I've been lied on, still I won't quit. They tried to break me, I don't fold or switch. Pain built my bones, I was built for this. Pressure made gold, now I walk like light. Got scars on my soul, but my grip stayed tight. Devil through fire, I just made it hit. Can't stop a man who was built for this. Daddy had fists like loaded guns, house full of rage, never saw no love. Used to run from home just to feel less numb. Felt more like prey than a mother's son. Got scars on post, but they shaped my skin. Learned real quick who was faking kin. They passed that bottle, said take this hit, but the truth hit harder than the bourbon did. I ain't claim a throne, I earned my seat. Talk to God in the dark with muddy feet. Had dirt in my soul, but I cleaned that streak. Now I glow like the sun in the back row beat.
I've been cut deep.
I've been thrown fists. I've been lied on, still I won't quit. They tried to break me, I don't fold or switch. Pain built my bones.
So I'm adding a persona.
Pressure made gold, now I walk like light. Got scars on my soul, but my grip
I'm adding in the lyrics for the song.
through fire, I just made it hit. Can't stop a man who was built for this. They said you'll break, but I broke that mold. Turned pain into rhythm, that story sold. Never needed change, just to shine real cold. I'm rich in the ways that you can't bankroll. Got faith like fire in a gas tank soul. I don't preach, I just let that roll. Now folks hit me like you saved my road. I just nod, tip the brim and reload. Reload purpose in the words.
Before I release that song, I'm gonna add in some actually pull my you know what out of the closet and make it myself versus AI.
I've been cut deep.
All right, almost there, guys.
Thrown fist. I've been lied on, still I won't quit. They tried to break me, I don't fold or switch. Pain built my bones,
I was built for this.
Pressure made gold, now I walk like light. Got scars on my soul, but my grip stayed tight. Devil through fire, I just made it hit. Can't stop a built for this. They ain't gotta get it. They just gotta see it. Walking with grace.
All right, so the song I'm playing right now is the persona that we're going to use. This is called Working on a Name by Drew. So this is the original song. This is the original song. I went into the three little lines, create a persona, and you can basically alter it a little bit. All right, so I'm taking that song, the persona, which is supposed to be the core of who that artist is. Drew Meadows, gritty, soulful, fire and faith. And what we're going to do is I'm going to apply a soulful R&B persona, a smooth female vocals, rich harmonies, chill piano, and lo-fi and drums. You know what? Let me create... All right, so what I'm going to do so I can play you what the original sounded like. So once again, that was the original. And let's go down to the title. This is v4.5 persona Drew. All right, I'm going to create two. All right, so the persona is at the top here. So I know the persona is applied. I see the persona is applied over here. I'm going to rename the title to V4 persona Drew. All right, let's see what these guys got. All right, so everything's checked. Everything's good. I'm going to create. All right, I've got my persona Drew over here. So version 4, I didn't do a time test. I could do a test to see which generates songs faster. But honestly, like I said, my songs are already done. That's fast enough for me. So here's the original Drew. Working on a name.
Yeah, I've been working on the came up chopping through the brush.
Mud tires on the Ford. That's a pretty whack lyric. So that's Drew. Let's see what version 4 had to say about this new R&B female switch up.
I've been working on a name, not for me before the king. From the orange groves to stages, still I only ever sing for the one who got me breathing, who been leading every lane. Ain't no fame that ever matter if it ain't lift up his name. Yeah, I've been working on a name. Yeah, working on a name. All the highs, all the lows. Still I praise him just the same.
All right, so it definitely added a little bit of soulful and R&B in there. It was not a female vocalist. And look, I really just, so why would you use a persona? Let's say one day you're generating with Suno and you just found a voice and a vibe and a character that you really like. And you want to make more songs from that AI generated artist, right? Maybe you're even like me trying to create a brand around specific artists. Now I found that just through not even using personas, the songs that I create for a certain character, by just the feel and the lyrics of that song, it almost sounds like the same person every time anyway. So once again, I don't really mess with covers and persona, but I can see how it could come in handy. I'll even switch up the lyrics and see if it sounds like the same guy. All right, so Drew, version 4.5 as a female R&B. By the way, on version 4, I did get some tones of R&B. Interesting.
I've been working on a name, not for me but for the king. From the orange groves to stages, still I only ever sing for the one who got me breathing, who been leading every lane. Ain't no fame that ever matter if it ain't lift up.
That did not sound like my Drew. Let me play you the original Drew just in case. That sounded like some lesser version of my boy. Here's the original song.
But Sunday morning in the choir, Sunday night I thank the Lord. Got a Bible on the dash and a wrench in my hand. Built my first V8 like I built my first band. Yeah, I fish in the dark, but I walk in the light. Used to race down dirt roads, now I'm taking flights. Tatted up some scars, but my soul stayed clean. Cause grace hit hard when you seen what I seen. Florida born, yeah, the swamp made me tough. But that church on the corner taught me never give up. I don't flex for the gram, I don't chase no fame. I just stay in my lane and I pray. I've been working on a name, not for me but for the king. From the orange groves to stages, still I only ever sing for the one who got me breathing, who been leading every line.
All right, so what I'm going to do is switch it up a little bit. I want to see if I can create a Drew Meadows character without giving Suno very much to work with at all. So let me create this. All right, so what I did is when I created that persona, the version 4 and version 4.5 that I just did, I used the same lyrics, just different musical style to try to, see if I could still get that grit and that feel of Drew with that song. But this time, I'm going to run another persona swap, but this time I'm going to use different lyrics than the original song, and also in the musical style prompt box, no direction. So hopefully what we're going to get is Drew doing a song that sounds a lot like him. We'll see how it does. Version 4.0. I like this. Reminds me of like Everclear.
I was born where the pine tree split the sky.
Kind of sounds like him, but not
In a
rapping.
cabin built by hand where the road ran dry.
This is kind of funky. I like it.
Daddy worked the fields till his back gave in. Mama prayed through storms and the preacher sang.
Not bad, version 4.0. I was kind of feeling that vibe. I was feeling that. All right, version 4.5 on a persona swap up. Listen to all the extra music, all the extra sound. Version 4.0 was just bare bones. It was like kind of hollow, just one instrument.
I was born where the pine tree split the sky. In a cabin built by hand where the road ran dry. Daddy worked the fields till his back gave in. Mama prayed through storms and the preacher sang.
All right, so the song may not be great. I literally just pasted in the first lyrics I saw on one of my screens. Let's listen to the second song of each one of these. A couple things to keep out for is, let me play the original. So here's the original Drew. With Persona, we're trying to create a different song, but with the same character, the same musician, the same. This is the original. This is the persona I'm trying to copy. All right, version 4.0. Let's see what you got. It sounds kind of muddy. So 2 acoustic guitars.
I was born where the pine tree split the sky.
Doesn't sound like him. Doesn't sound like him.
Where the road ran dry.
A little bit, but it doesn't sound like him much. All right, version 4.5, persona switch up. Are we going to be able to get consistent music out of like one character? You could create a whole character. So my thing is like, dude, these guys, Drew Meadows, Hilda Wildrose, Luke Southern, I've created AI artists. They're all over social. They've got their own style, their own brand. They're literally all over the place, and they're doing good things. I created them. They're AI. And with this upgrade in persona, I will be able to dial in and get more consistent results for that one particular vocalist. So version 4.5, let's see what he got.
I was born where the pine tree split the sky. In a cabin built by hand where the road ran dry. Daddy worked the fields till his back gave in. Mama prayed through storms
Kinda robot-y.
and the preacher sang.
This one got really close though. I like this.
I was born where the pine tree split the sky.
All right, version 4.5, you're going to get another big green check from me because massive upgrade in audio quality and also with your personas. Great job. I've never really messed with them because I didn't see much of a value, but you really kind of nailed it on that one. All right, the last one, home stretch, folks. I appreciate y'all hanging with me. This one is pretty simple. Like I said previously, songs in the past were limited to 4 minutes. I do have one at 5.5 minutes because I had to try to squeeze in all the lyrics. They were extremely important to me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste in the world's longest ballad. And let's see, my guess is version 4 is going to cut it at 4 minutes, stone cold, writing the lyrics. And my guess is that version 4.5 or version 4.5 is going to give me the full run. So I'm going to get rid of Drew as the persona. Copy and paste these seriously long lyrics. And also if you're working on, like I said, electronic or instrumental music, something, 8 minutes long could be really beneficial. For example, I'm building a 1.5 hour long drone music video. You'll find the series on the YouTube channel in the playlist. And, if I'm trying to stretch out the music for 1.5 hours, if it's a banger of a house song, you can just run that thing. Classical music, I could see that coming and very beneficial as well. All right, so persona's gone, lyrics in, musical styles in. Let's create. Let's see how long these songs are. I didn't title them correctly, but I'll figure it out. Thank you for hanging out. Once again, like and subscribe. Let's build this community. All right, so version 4. Let's see what time length we got on this one. It's like still like building up the song.
Where the pine tree split the sky, in a cabin built by hand where the road ran dry.
Oh boy, I don't know if I could deal with 8 minutes of that song. Definitely not. All right, let's try V2. We're still on version 4 right now.
I was born where the pine tree split the sky.
And it won't tell me how long the songs are.
Built by hand where the sound.
It's still buffering.
A week went by, then another with no sound. I was born where the pine tree split the sky.
I kind of like this.
Built by hand where the road ran dry. Daddy worked the fields till his back gave in. Mama prayed through storms.
Dang,
and
bro.
The preacher sang. There was talk about a treasure buried near the bend. Gold from the war that never found its end. Folks got greedy, started digging up graves. I stayed away, but the story stayed. 3 Pines Hollow never gave nothing for free. You pay in blood or bones or broken dreams. And if you go too deep, boy, you best believe the land will take more than you thought you'd leave. I had a brother named Clay who chased a tail. Bought a spade and a map and rode out on the trail. A week went by, then another with no sound, till a letter came saying he was never found. So I packed up the mule and I kissed my wife. Told her I'd be back when I found that light. Followed his path through the hills and the vines. Each step echoed with a voice like mine.
It's kind of a good song, y'all.
I found his coat by the devil's pass, stained with a red, torn clean in half. Campfire ashes and a Bible and the word be true. And then I saw him standing tall with a stranger's gun. Said that gold changed me, now you better run.
All right, so what I did is I just doubled up the lyrics on that just to make sure that the runtime was getting me there. And one thing I noticed is that this song that it generated right here is 4 minutes and 4 seconds. So that tells me that it's in there. What's up with this one? And over here on this one, did not. Let me see if it cuts off the lyrics on this 4 minute 4 long second one.
Hear the wind hum a mournful key that's just Clay and me in harmony.
Okay, so that got the whole song in. Let's see how it did. Let's do. All right, let's see what these guys over here did. All right, so this is version 4. Hard note, hard note, hard note. Oh, so this one's 4 minutes and 50 seconds. That's great. Sorry, this is just, it's tough to read this here. Let's see. 4 minutes.
Ain't worth the pain. It carved his name in a tree.
Yep. All right, so there it is, folks. With version 4.5, the answer is yes. You get to run over 4 minutes on your songs now. It looks like I'm going to have to play with it to see if I can get it. Now, all these came out at 4 minutes, and what the what? And I was also very specific with my prompt to make it an 8-minute song. All right, so here's the deal. I'm going to have to play with this a little bit more. And obviously, you don't need to sit here and watch me try to do all that. The runtime one, there's not really side-by-side comparison. We're just checking to see if we can get a song up to 8 minutes. And I do believe with the version 4.5 that we can do that. So let's just do a quick rehash, and I appreciate you staying. So 1, enhance the vocals. They sounded pretty similar. Honestly, but I think we're going to give a slight nod to 4.5. It was a super small change, but let's just say I'm going to give that one a red X just because it won on so many. Genre blending, version 4.5, nailed it. Nailed genre blending. Prompt, enhancement, and duets. Yeah, I'm going to give 4.5 the nod on that one as well. I think it's going to be able to produce duets and different. So the key with that one, once again, is it's gotten smarter. The learning, the language model. It's going to be able to understand what you're trying to do with less input from you to create that great output you're looking for. Once again, those enhancements on the prompts are really going to help the new folks. Covers and personas, definitely going to give the nod to 4.5 on that one as well. Over testing 4 songs on each, we noticed that the personas were much more like the similar artist on 4.5. And then extended track, no brainer. You're able to go over 4 minutes, so now you're not capped at that. Guys, I appreciate you hanging in there. Hope y'all have a blessed evening, and there'll be a link in the description to Suno if you want to go check it out. I appreciate you. Thank you for hanging in there, and we will chat soon.